Hello, this is Parm King, Dungeon Master for the Curse of Strahd campaign called Legends of Barovia, and what I'm going to do today is show you the maps I'm going to be using for the village of Barovia. In one of my other videos I talk about the Theater of the Mind maps and the battle maps. In the Curse of Strahd, the village of Barovia really only comes with two maps. The first one is the church map, in which the players encounter Father Donovich and also potentially deal with the son, Doru, who's become a vampire in the basement. The other one is just the map of the village. Because I'm using Foundry and there's a lot of scenes in which the characters don't necessarily have to be in a battle map, but I still want the characters to have access to their character sheets, also have something to see, creating a simple picture, which is a frame of reference, and then I can communicate and we can role play. I've created these Theater of the Mind maps. I've made another video about them, and I'll just show you all the Theater of the Mind maps that I've used. And then just go through them. The first map here is when they arrive in the village. This actual animated photo is by JamesRPG. I'm going to put a link to his Patreon site. He has at least 20 animated and still pictures of Barovia for Curse of Strahd. I highly recommend them. This is one of my Curse of Strahd Theater of the Mind maps. I'll just show you again quickly. What I do is I just box in the map, put a glass wall here, and then drag and drop my player tokens in here. It's nice because the players can still engage. I can drop other NPCs that they want to in the center of the screen. You can put them in battle order here, and you can actually do combat in here. So this is the first map at the village. Chances are, in here I just want to show you, there's the castle of Ravenloft up here, overlooking the town. Down here is the church, which they'll visit. Over here is the cart for the lady who sells the dream pies. And you can say that, this is maybe the merchant shop and the tavern down here. The characters will most likely go to the Blood and Vine Tavern. That's the next Theater of the Mind map. You can see them all here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Theater of the Mind maps for the village. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4 battle maps. So we'll go through the Theater of the Mind maps first. The next one here is the Blood and Vine Tavern. Again, you can see here, this is where the characters are in the Blood and Vine Tavern. I've got some lighting effects. There's actually some sound effects as well. And this is where they meet Ismark for the first time, can engage with the Vistani who own the Blood and Vine Tavern. The next location is the Vildris Mercantile. It's the shop in the local town. Again, this is where the characters can come and purchase goods. Again, a Theater of the Mind map. The characters, I've got some lighting effects. I use Loot Sheet in this screen. This is where I can load up. Loot Sheet is a module for Foundry that can create a shopkeeper. He's a merchant. You can give permissions to all your players, and then you can just load this up with merchandise, and they can purchase from this, and you don't really have to keep track or move items around. You can load this up yourself, create the prices and the inventory yourself, and they can just purchase from this directly. It makes it very easy for the players to purchase what they need. The next Theater of the Mind map is another map by JamesRPGART. This is outside of the church in Barovia. This is where they're going to go and meet with Father Donovich. You can see up in the background up here again, there's Castle Ravenloft kind of shadowing over the church. Again, JamesRPG art with the animation really kind of brings something to the table. Again, I have, I don't know if you can hear it right now, but I have some background sound, which is the rain, light rain there. In my campaign, they actually engage with Strahd right outside the church, and there's a little scene here. The next Theater of the Mind map is a new location that does not exist in the Curse of Strahd. This is the old Mage's home. I created this encounter specifically for the village of Barovia, and this is a place where they can learn information, some more of the backstory, get some more magic items, that type of stuff. I don't know why it's not loading here. Hold on for a quick second. Let me try to refresh really quick. There we go. Sorry, the internet connection is a little slow. So the old Mage's house is on, and I'll show you on the map where it's located. This is just a new location in the village of Barovia where the characters can go and meet another character. And then he can share information with the characters here. And this is an outdoor map. In my campaign, the characters actually went here. They learned some it filled in some stuff of their own personal backstory. Here's the old mage here. I'll show you where he is on the map as well. The next Theater of the Mind map, oh, I shut this down, let me just reopen it here, is for the village of Barovia, is the village of the Barovia itself, which you just saw. I have a night version as well. This is the night scene. So if they're moving through the village of Barovia at night, this is the scene in which the characters will see in the evening time. So again, I wanted to illuminate Strahd's Ravenloft Castle overlooking the town. I'm using some fog animation in here as well. And so if the characters are moving through the village at night, this is the Theater of the Mind map I use. Now let's go down to the battle maps. The only battle map that's provided to you in the game is the battle map of the church. Just note in here for me, I just put M after here if they're Theater of the Mind maps, and then B if they're battle maps. So let's open the one that actually comes with the game. This is actually in the Curse of Strahd book. It's also provided to Foundry. If you purchase Curse of Strahd through D&D Beyond, you get this map. And this has the ground floor of the church. We had the ceremony here for burying the father. There was a lot of interaction if you watched our session 4, especially at hour 3 hour and 24 minutes. There's a great scene that happens in the basement with Doro, who is eventually killed. Here's the basement down here. And so this is a map where the characters actually are exploring. I have Fog of War and some lighting effects on. You can see here are some lighting effects that I've turned on and some walls in here. Really trying to create a theatrical element. I did put some lighting effects outside to kind of create, if I move one of these characters around, you can see the lighting effects from outside. I wanted to make it look like the moonlight shining into the church. So another theater, this is a battle map, which was important for some engagements. There's the next two, the next map that you do get with Curse of Strahd is the village of Barovia. And I actually turned this into a battle map. And what I did is a little ridiculous. This is for just shits and giggles. But this particular map is actually the map that comes, it's printed in the book, but I actually turned it into a battle map. As ridiculous as that sounds, I'll show you as soon as it loads. And I spent a little bit of time on this. And I did that just in case the players are going to have an encounter here. And so let me just give you an overview of what's going on. I have a little fog going on in here. This is the Mage, its home. This is the new location that I put in the map. Obviously the church and the graveyard's up here. This is the Blood and Vine Tavern, Bildress Mercantile here. If we go down, here's the Burgomaster's mansion, and this is Mad Mary's home. I don't use that in the campaign. What I did in this, though, if we zoom in closely, this, by the way, these are 40, 1 square represents 40 feet. I used the Foundry grid system and actually grid this in. As you can see, these are 5 foot squares, so that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So I actually made this out. So if my characters want to actually venture through the town, I can show you actually walled off. Did quite a bit of walling in here as well. And this allows the characters, if for instance they want to explore the town or there's something that you want to add, again, this is for shits and giggles. Let me just drop a character down in there so you can see what it just looks like. I'll drop, and they're really small. You can barely see him unless you zoom way in. Here he is. He's zoomed way in, and I'll just go ahead and click on him, and you can see the. Well, he doesn't have a lot of lighting effects, so let me Let me expand his lighting here just really quick so you can see the vision on the token, and I'll just expand his vision in here, his dim vision to 120, and his next one to 100, and just for the effect here. There we go. And as he moves around, still not very much, but there's some shadowing here. I should just go a little further than that so he can get some. I forgot that this is. Here, let's just take this up to like 500 and 500, and then scroll down here and update that. Gives you a little bit better image of what you can see in the shadowing effects here. So he has the ability to walk around, and you can see the walling and the shadows that I put in here. And if you want to have an encounter in an alley or something like that, this allows you to do so. You can see I've preloaded up some zombies in some of the alleys here, just in case. So this is, you don't have to do this. This is a little crazy over the top that I did this. I don't know if it's going to be used in our campaign. They're about to leave Village of Barovia here shortly. And let's go to the next map really quickly here. Oh, wrong screen. And that is the church graveyard. This is a map that I found. I forget where I found this particular map. Oh, I think I just found it online. If I find the link to it, I'll put it in there. It might have been on the Reddit, Curse of Strahd Reddit forum. This is the church graveyard, and again, this map does not come with the game. In my particular campaign, they actually bury Father Donovich's body out here. Curse of Strahd shows up. All these zombies start attacking the players in here. I've got some fog going on as well. You can see, you can actually use the church, and they did. They escaped the zombies by breaking in this window and coming through the window here. They're getting surrounded by zombies. Strahd didn't enter the graveyard. He kind of remained outside the fence here. If you want to just look really quickly in the walling that I did in this, is I made the fence actually glass wall, so you can see through it, but you can't pass through. There's only two entrances. There's one here, and I made one here, and the rest of it, it's all walled in, so kind of the players would be trapped. And what they did is I actually had to remove this wall during the game, and so the window, so they could break in and get into the church to escape the zombie overrun. So this is a great battle map for an encounter in a graveyard. Recommend that. And then the last map, battle map that I use in the game is the Burgomaster's mansion. This one is on Reddit. If you look on maps on Reddit, I only used the first floor in this map. Again, this is a really nice detailed map. I like it a lot because it includes the father's, Ismark's father's, his coffin is here. They're gonna have to take him to the graveyard. When they're there, when they're in this map, I have a bunch of zombies try to break in. They actually break into the kitchen through the window here, and they hold them off in the kitchen, and they start breaking in through here. So this is a really, another fun battle map. So there's really probably only 2 or 3 battle maps that you actually need. I would use the Burgomaster's mansion as certainly a good battle map. The other one would be the church graveyard. You can actually use the church in it, and then the church's basement. The rest of them are just Theater of the Mind maps. So again, Blood and Vine, the shop, church, Old Wise Man, that's something that I've added to the campaign. 2 street scenes, one at night of the village, and then the battle maps there. I hope this helps you out in planning your visit for your players into the village of Barovia, what maps that I use on Foundry. The battle maps are very easy to make. I mean, the Theater of the Mind maps are very easy to make. Highly recommend checking out Reddit, Curse of Strahd, for some additional maps, which I picked up the graveyard as well as the Burgomaster's map from there. And may all your rolls be critical, and thank you for your time. Please like this video. Please subscribe to my channel. Our game sessions for Legends of Barovia are every Thursday night, 6 p.m. UTC +1 time. I look forward to you guys watching, and hopefully this is helpful. Thank you very much, and again, may all your rolls be critical.